Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to, I don't know, do that, that might help. Yeah,
There's a cat episode of.
yeah, cat, well, actually, you know what? Well, it's over there now. I showed you in the last video.
What the hell came in this box? That little
That,
tin.
that's it.
Good God.
I know.
I was thinking they put car parts or something in it.
This edition of This Is Our Life, I am going to talk about 100 Nights. Now, when we moved up here, I'm not going to go into all the
Ugh,
nonsense that went on,
stupidity.
but when we moved up here,
We found
one of the craziest people,
the worst of the one of the worst of the activists.
yeah,
Probably.
and
Well,
we wound up going and staying in two different homeless shelters. Well, actually, it's one program, but they have three
Three
shelters, and
places.
we stayed in two of those places. First, it was a family shelter, then the women's shelter. No, I'm not a woman, but one of the places we spent a lot of time during how many months was it?
May, June, July, August, September, about 5 months.
5 months, people. This is one of the places, this is the place we spend a lot of time, especially during the day. So, I know I don't have a whole lot of viewers, but I'm hoping that this video will get at least a few views and people can help out. You can help out in any number of ways. One thing that they're asking for, let's see if I can find it again. Somebody or people to help out with the I forget what day. Sunday, is it?
Yeah.
The meal
Sunday.
on Sunday.
Well, there's Saturday night. There's every week, and Sunday it's like once every 3 months.
Okay.
Oh, where'd you hide the goodies at? Did you eat them all? Oh.
We got a bag of candy at the King Community Kitchen yesterday.
Milk goods.
So anyway, I actually would like to do the dinner. I keep wanting to do this particular dinner for someone, either at the church or, 100 Nights would be a great place to do it. But I have to get some help with the recipe because I have to make a large quantity. Thank you. And so if the basic menu would be cheese enchiladas, Spanish rice, refried beans. The refried beans is easy. Actually, it would be cheaper just to buy dry beans and cook it than to buy the canned beans. But that's easy enough. The rice and the enchiladas.
Not too hard.
What?
I mean, you just have to cook a lot of them.
Yeah. But the rice and the enchiladas would be another issue. But there, another thing, because I've talked about this before, is I am interested in doing the EMT program. On that note, I was walking Lucky earlier, and the town horn went off, and all of a sudden I hear sirens. I mean, I hear sirens, and our neighbor over here, who's either first or second in command of the fire department, he goes speeding off with lights flashing.
Well, if he takes the dog with him.
Oh. And his dog is friendly, but Lucky wants to fight.
Lab.
Yeah. He always has to have something in his mouth. It's a ball or a stick or a toy. Always has to have something in his mouth. Anyway, they're opening a Be Well clinic at 100 Nights. And, I'm thinking I could maybe volunteer there if I do the EMT program, to get some extra experience and just to learn a few things. But we took them some food one day, some sandwich fixins, and they really appreciated that. And I think that's probably why we got this.
Come on, man. Move.
But Well, let me. They're also opening 100 Nights Hostel, which is really neat. $20 a night, except for Pumpkin Fest when they're hoping to do $50 a night.
Yeah, because right downtown.
Yeah. Um, First and foremost, overnight shelter was provided between 21 December 2013 and 30 March 2014. It's a what they call a cold weather shelter for sleeping. It's cold weather. It's only when the temperature gets to what, 0 is it?
I don't know if it's that low, but
When it gets really cold, not just when it starts getting cold, but when it gets really cold.
I think when it goes down to freezing,
Okay. Um,
it started.
119 unique individuals received 1,900 bed nights of shelter during that time. Additionally, 5 people received 93 bed nights of shelter between 31 March and 30 April due to a request by Southwest Community Services.
I can imagine this is a really busy year because of the cold, long winter.
Yeah. At the shelter, we focused on Healthy Feet program. Well, that's pretty neat. And well, of course, they had a cold weather clothing drive for hats, gloves, scarves, coats, things like that. There were 176 positive responses over the course of the season to a need for a free clinic for non-emergency situations by people who are uninsured. They're also looking to train people on things like Excel and computers. Classes up to 4 people, I think is what it said, and so that's pretty good. Now I don't know if we know who Mindy Camber is. I mean, it's possible it's somebody we met who was volunteering there or something, but she is now the executive director,
Right.
which was a surprise to me because, like I said, I'm not sure who she is. Person to teach Word, Excel, etc. to a class of 4 people at a time, 1 to 2 afternoons a week, 4 to 8 weeks in a row. Volunteers to help with our fall winter fundraiser, and believe me, up here, this is the time you start working on fall and winter.
Fall can start in September up here.
Yeah. So it's
usually October, but it kind of sometimes it gets you in September.
Volunteers to help out with the Otter Limits Triathlon. Groups of people to make and serve tailgate Saturday night dinner for 40 people, or open mic Sunday night dinner for 25 people once every 3 months. Small group to help with a shelter cleaning for a few hours on weekend. So, and to teach knitting, origami, nature hikes, yoga, stretching, anger management, reading to children, Throwback Thursday, classic movies, tie-dye, woodworking, bicycle maintenance, bicycle repair, basic first aid, nutrition on a shoestring, basic computer classes, etc. So they're looking for people. Now, I mean, for anyone who knows our situation, there's not much we can do to help them, but hey, a donation of $5 or $10 is worth it.
You could teach them how to fish.
Yeah. But like I said, if I do the, oh my God, goodness.
I think there was something about fishing.
Oh.
They said on there.
That's 100 Night Shelter right there. That's the front of the building. The side building right there, that's Main Street that you see. Right down there is Main Street, down that alley. But there's that concrete block in front of the building. Like they have the road blocked off.
Well, that's that one street. Remember, it's pedestrian traffic only that they've closed up.
Oh.
Remember?
Okay. So,
I forget what the name of the street is, but there is a little street between there, It's for people. Pedestrians only, not for cars.
Oh, okay, well.
Well, I mean, they make deliveries to the restaurants with trucks, but that's about it.
So, yeah, because one of our favorite restaurants happens to be on
right next door to it.
Yeah. So, Um, but yeah, if anybody is willing and able to donate to them, we highly recommend them.
They need and appreciate the help, believe me.
Yes, if you didn't hear my wife, they need and appreciate the help. Now, Lucky was allowed to go in there for a while.
Well, he got hot and got snapped at somebody.
Yeah, he snapped at somebody twice.
And they kicked us out with him.
Yeah, so.
But he was hot.
Yeah.
It was a very hot day.
Yeah, it was. But, anyway, so, you know, if you want to know, 100 Nights Incorporated, 17 Lamson Street, Keene, New Hampshire, 03431. Let me see if they have a phone number in here.
Do they have a website?
Yes, they have a website. I don't see it listed on here, though. Oh, the phone number is area code 603-352-5197. And they are still doing some work on the building, and they still need some help doing that. So financial assistance for them on that would be very, very nice. And they can't open the hostel part until they've finished the shower upstairs. They're $475 away from that. So, and you know, look, the hostel, that will help them financially, help them out quite a bit financially. So, you know, we ate there, and sometimes it didn't consist of a whole lot, but other times it did. And you know, they have different people who will cook, and sometimes that food's pretty good, and sometimes it's a lot. Usually, it's, you know, more than enough to fill you up. But this was in it. The
I think
donation.
A lot of times it's vegetarian. Yeah. And sometimes the people aren't vegetarian.
Yeah. But
trying to eat it.
But if I'll try and get their website or their Facebook page and share it with this video, because I have to upload things differently now. So, but in my last video, I don't think I have one over here now. I'm looking real fast. But we do have, excuse me, we have the personalized mint tins for our wedding reception, and we're registered at Target, we're registered at Bed Bath & Beyond, we're registered at myregistry.com. So, anyway.
I think we should have had more mint tins, so another box of them.
No.
They're only got 24.
Yeah. We can always order another batch. So, anyway, people.
Figure out why they put the anchor on them, I don't know.
Yeah, an anchor for a wedding.
Wouldn't it hurt me better?
Yeah. So, if we order...
Well, did you specify anything? Or?
Not that I recall. I don't remember there having been a option for a symbol. But if we order more, we're going to do our best not to get an anchor. Although an anchor could be seen as sturdy and strong, you know, relationship being sturdy and strong. Well-anchored relationship. But anyway, that's all I have to say. So, I hope you can help 100 Nights. If not, bye.
It looks like they're
welcome, ladies and
stacked one on top of each other.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is my D string.
It went poing.
I can barely see it. It's one of the smaller strings. There are only two smaller. I know it's not the fanciest guitar, but
no, when we get some extra money, I'll
what was
make
it?
sure you get a.
What was it? $20?
Yeah, something like that. Get a guitar string.
Yeah.
I don't know where you'd have to go.
There's that store over there near the kitchen.
What store?
The guitar store. Over by that beer store or
Oh.
wine store. Beer store.
The music store?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to go to the other store too, you know, the place by the, where the,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it broke, folks.
it went ping,
I was trying to tune it and
gave it up. It's
yeah.
more of a wire than a string, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's a wire, yeah. I mean, this
They
is
call them a string.
yeah, this is see I took classical guitar in college, and classical guitar is not metal. The strings are not metal. Well, 3 of them are. The 3 smaller ones are sometimes metal, but they used to be made out of catgut, according to my professor. Yeah.
Well, we've got 3 cats. Which one do we want to sacrifice?
And
Maze is not me. Damn you.
and you know, you see the fretboard is
Fell off or something.
yeah, but that's okay. I mean, I actually had it on my Amazon wish list at one point. I don't know if it's still there, but this is a Conrad, serial number 945, model 40174,
No telling how old it is.
made in Japan.
Oh boy.
But I mean, it's for a $20 guitar at a thrift store, essentially. I think it's worth it. Now I just have to get a decent. Well, actually, what would probably do, because buying a single string, you know, you buy them in sets.
Buy a whole set.
Yeah, it would probably
How
would
much it would cost? Probably not that much.
$5-10 maybe, 15 maybe at the most. Because I'm not going to buy the most expensive strings, people. But
Unless you don't want it to go boing again.
yeah, I don't want that to happen again. But I don't even know how old these strings are. They could be 10 or 20 years old. Who knows? But yeah, you can see it has actually,
Weak spots.
huh?
Weak spots.
Yeah, and it bent. There are places that it's actually.
That probably didn't help any when you're trying to tune it.
Yeah. I mean, I was sitting there tuning it, and I have to tune it with a tuner. I can't. My hearing isn't such.
Boing.
And you know, I got the first 3,
Of course.
and then I start working on the 4th. No, D string is the 4th string. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and so I got the first 3. I didn't get to the last 2 because, I mean, trying to play it like this is not really. I just don't think I'm gonna try it like that. What I have is,
Probably the next story would go boing again.
because these are the small strings.
Thin one. Like
Yeah, these are the ones on the bottom, so they're the smaller ones. I have a 3-ring binder. We have a lot of 3-ring binders, to be honest with you,
Well.
as we print a lot of stuff off. But excuse me. What I did was I found a bunch of songs that all use like the same 4 or 5 chords. And what I was going to do after I got it tuned, I was going to go pick it up, go look for it, because it should be right behind me. And I figured that way I'm using the same chords over and over again. I'm just not using them in the same order and, you know, for the same length of play on each one. As I remember in elementary school, we had to learn, you know, that this note lasts so long, this note lasts so long, and there's the rest and all that kind of stuff. But
I can't imagine I had to learn all that.
and you know, being an Army officer's son, I had to take piano lessons.
I think they just had us sing and picked out what they consider the good singer.
Oh, well, there are 2 cats that happen to like The Wire,
Yeah, of course.
especially the one, the mama.
Maggie, leave it alone. You might get yourself hurt.
Yeah, she's kind of hit her.
Sharp. Might be sharp and. hurt
You
her.
know, I'm wondering if I could make a snare with this. Yeah, because see, that's a hole right there.
Yeah, I mean, it may not be very strong though.
That's true. Yeah, see, I
Because
just
it's
put
rather
it.
thin wire.
I'll make a maybe I should keep this, and I don't know.
I wonder what Star Street are made out of, brass or what?
I don't know. That's a good question. So my practicing tonight isn't going to happen.
Well, I try.
You know, my
Blame
wife.
it on me.
Well, my wife tried to get me to do it, and I actually go in there and get it, and I'm sitting there, with my face away from every time I'm sitting there turning, like, oh no, it's gonna pop. And they don't pop until I get to the fourth string, and by that time I'm kind of like, well, I think it's gonna pop, but maybe not. And then
the others are larger strings, though.
yeah, they're stronger. So yeah, so
here we go again.
oh well, folks. So we went to church tonight. Yes, I know, I go to church. But
what's wrong with it? Nothing. Shut up.
There was a lady. I don't think I've seen that lady before that was
Who?
sitting with us.
Who?
The lady that was sitting with us after the service.
I don't know.
She was surprised to find out I used to be Amish. I'm like, well, I mean,
but you were New Order.
I was New Order Amish. I wasn't Old Order. I was Beachy Amish. It's technically it's called Amish Mennonite, but anyway. Before that, I was Mennonite. I used to go to a Presbyterian church. I've been to Methodist churches. My mother's family's Methodist. Old Methodist family.
You didn't get all the fun. I had to be Baptist.
Oh yeah, I went to Baptist.
I mean, that was the first church I went to. Baptist.
Oh. And military chapel.
Then I broke away from the crowd and went to Pentecostal. Oh God, that was a sudden departure.
Was it like Southern Baptist? This is the Baptist church?
I don't know, because it was First Baptist Church of Alhambra, so I guess it was kind of leaning that way.
Is what the...
And then I didn't go for a while, and then finally I went to Assembly of God. Then I quit that, and I went to Lutheran, the liberal Lutherans, and now I'm back in the Foursquare Gospel Church. Don't ask me exactly what that means, either.
I believe it was founded by a woman, but that's from stuff from years ago that I actually had a book. I had a book by this woman who had been a lesbian.
Oh.
And she left lesbianism, and she went to a Foursquare Gospel church, and that's where she had like what they call reparative therapy. I don't know if she had reparative therapy, but
to ungay you or
yeah, yeah. She went to but I think in like Washington State or Oregon or something like that.
Well, some people revolt at that too.
Yeah. So I don't know, but anyway. Yeah, my wife and I have been to many different churches in our lifetimes. And our wedding's coming up!
And when I was a baby, when I was a kid, actually, living in Grant City, I was under 10 years old, the neighbor behind us was trying to convince my mother to get me to train me up as Catholic.
Oh.
So I could marry her son.
Oh. And that's
they get along good together. You, Dorothy, you can send her to Catholic.
And I don't know if you heard the news, people.
I think my mother would have.
I don't know if you.
They would have thought she had rabies.
I don't know if you heard the news, but the Pope has announced that priests are no longer to be called fathers. They are now to be called fathers.
Really?
No.
Yeah, right.
In New York, it's a father. Actually, in Massachusetts, just down the road from us, they probably say father. The New England.
The Massachusetts
accent.
Well, they don't pronounce the R.
Chata. Not chowder. Chata.
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 Haba. The Haba.
The Haba. Not the harbor.
I heard
the
that
Haba.
when they had the Republican convention, there a few years back, and I was watching NBC News, and all of a sudden there's this guy. Now we switched to Boston, and we have extra people guarding the harbor behind us. I'm like, the harbor? What's the harbor?
It's okay, John. You can walk over here. Okay, I hear you, Maggie. I hear you.
Okay, growly gut.
Okay, there you go. Those two fight. It's John is the one who's aggressive. Not aggressive in a bad way
He just
necessarily.
tries to order Mother around, and
Yeah.
Mother, ow.
So, now one thing, yeah, I'd eventually like to get a nice new guitar, but
But otherwise, John's a pretty good cat.
oh yeah, I mean he goes for I took him. He
Goes
was
for walks.
yeah he was after his mama today, so I took him with me to go to the post office.
Oh,
Yeah, and he just jumps in the back seat like, hey, this is where my place is.
I
And
think he likes looking out the windows to watch the birds.
good point.
He's probably like, ooh,
And
birdie.
I
Now
took
I can just catch him.
because I had the window down. I wasn't going to roll the window up, so I took him in with me to the post office.
Oh,
Our post office is not that big, people.
you got to go in the post office, huh, John?
Yeah. Well, they're still working on the roof over there.
Yeah, I know. I think they're re-roofing from one end to the other.
Yeah, because now they're over by the store.
Because they were, well, what'd they do? Starting them one end and work to the middle,
I think by the Chinese restaurants where
Yeah.
they started, and then they worked.
to the center.
Yeah. And now they're over by the store, so he hears the noise.
Oh,
And
he's
those
probably
claws,
looking
yeah, and
going,
those claws came out, and I'm like, oh,
what the hell is
boy.
that?
And people just look at him like, are you got a cat like that? Hey, you just put him in your arms.
I lay him on his back like a baby, and he just lays there like,
No.
okay.
Right, John? We got to get him a new harness, though. That one's,
Getting tight on him.
yeah. So,
But he acts like he's still comfortable in it.
yeah, I think it's just that one length is too short.
Yeah.
But anyway, folks, so yeah, I want to eventually, who knows when, 20,000 years from now,
Oh, shut up.
get a new nice guitar. I mean, this isn't bad. I mean, frankly, for $20, and the strings have lasted quite a while, to be honest. But
We haven't been using them very much either.
true. But I wonder if no, I guess this was always an acoustic guitar. I'm wondering if it had been a classical guitar because
No.
if you look at I forget what this is called. I had to learn all that in college.
Fretboard.
No, the thing around here, the
Oh.
design. It's all the way around in a circle. And see, a classical guitar doesn't have the pick guard here. It just because you don't use a pick, you use your fingers. And this right here on a classical guitar is actually to strengthen the hole because you don't have a lot of other fancy stuff. So, but classical guitar can actually cost a pretty penny. Now, my first classical guitar, I bought it at a pawn shop. That was a mistake. I took it to class. The professor, he's like, he goes and he tunes it, and then 30 seconds later it's out of tune.
Oh,
This was warped right here,
Oh.
so it would not
Hold
keep.
it.
Yeah, it wouldn't keep it, wouldn't hold it. So it's like, oh,
So, how much
Yeah,
did you
like-
pay for the first one?
I don't know, $50 maybe.
Oh God.
Yeah, but anyway, but I prefer. Actually, you know what would be nice is a 12-string guitar. 12-string guitar, but this is what I have right now, and that's what I'm going to use. So anyway, folks. So
Now, the 12 string is the one with two necks.
no, it's one neck.
I've seen one that has two necks.
Yeah, like an electrical guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a country
Well, like
person or something playing it.
a 12-string. These strings, you'd have two strings
Oh.
really close together.
I don't see how you could even get your fingers on them.
Well, I think you play two at a time. Those two strings.
Well, I wonder what the other one is then.
Maybe what John Denver called the weird slide dobro guitar. I don't know.
Well, you know Billy Ray Cyrus, he plays left-handed.
Oh, he does.
Yes.
Oh.
He's one of the few left-handed guitar players I ever seen.
So my guitar professor, I don't know if I should call him a professor. I don't know if he had a doctorate or not. But he used to play at this really ritzy restaurant in San Antonio. No, I could never afford to go.
Oh, he didn't play at the with the.
No, he didn't do that. No,
The mariachi band.
No, he didn't do that.
Oh God.
Yeah, you know what was neat? First day of class, he's.
Sometimes I think I'd like to take their guitar and he beat them upside the head with it. It's like, knock it off, ass.
Very first day of class, he's trying to show us, explain to us that a classical guitar can do everything and you can do on an electrical guitar. Just definitely sounds different. He sat there and started playing Stairway to Heaven. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like, wow. I mean, of course he was good. He was really good. But,
of course, he's an instructor.
yeah. So.
I hope he's good.
Yeah. But anyway, folks, our wedding is coming up. Let's see. Our wedding is in. This says 50. I think it's 49. I have to refresh the page.
Wait until August here. Probably able to sleep until we get married.
Yeah. Yeah, 49 days, people.
Yeah, we'll probably both be out of our tree by
Yeah.
then.
We'll probably. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be a you know what. But when I don't get sleep, I'm.
You turn into a grizzly bear.
Yeah. And I don't like being that way in the first place, but wedding day.
I'm not going to let you have any beer that day. Believe me, especially before the wedding.
Yeah. The only alcohol that we're thinking of buying 2 bottles of champagne. And that's for the reception. And that's to share for everybody. So that's basically 1 glass for everyone.
It'll be expensive.
You know, because we want to actually get champagne.
Decent champagne.
You know.
What is it? Asti Spumante? Is that a champagne?
Might be a brand or something.
I know it's a brand. Asti Spumante. I don't know.
Well, technically, in order for it to be called champagne, it has to come from the Champagne region of France.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's sparkling wine, people. Still the same thing. But, better not think about it too much because then I'll get jittery. But, we do have to keep it in mind because we do have plans. We do have
other things to think of.
We have this box over here. Actually, you know what? It's full enough that this box we got with, well, I don't know where they went. The wedding,
mints.
Yeah, the mints.
I think they're in there somewhere. It's just a little tiny box.
It came in this huge box. This little box of mints.
Yeah, the box is like that wide by about yay high, and
yeah, and it came in this huge
it held
box.
24 tins of mints.
And they're little tins.
Little tins.
My wife, my fiance, she labeled I only labeled one. She labeled the rest of them.
But the guy's cat's got hold of the box. You can tell they were kind of like, what's in here?
I think they could smell the mints.
Yeah, they probably did.
And this place back here, it doesn't even have the same house number on it. And they got some.
How those idiots are.
And he said he got something else from UPS saying it needed to be signed.
Oh gosh.
So tomorrow's going to be Saturday. Today's going to be Saturday. So Monday I need to call. Do we have to go into town for Monday for anything?
I don't know.
Because it might actually be better if I actually went in there and talked to him. Actually print something out and take it with us.
Where?
To the UPS office.
Oh. It's sometimes you want to hit them on the head.
Yeah, I mean, I understand FedEx, they're idiots.
I don't think there's anything for the rest of the month.
So, I mean, FedEx,
They're a bunch of dipshits.
90% of the time they can't find us.
And they park right in front of our damn house.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you want to go out there and knock on the door of the van and say, hey,
Yeah,
this is
right
10
here.
Dustin Street, ding dong.
But, and that building, well, it is an odd building because
It's...
all the doors.
I don't think there are any houses around here that, other than School Street, that have numbers on them.
That building has a number on it.
It does.
That apartment.
The garage thing.
Yeah. But our doors don't face our street. They face a different street.
Well, don't ask me why either.
So the guy who usually drives the UPS truck out here, he knows us. Not that we get a huge number of deliveries, but occasionally. So
we drive the post office lady crazy.
Yeah, she actually made a box for us with our address and name on it. But anyway, so another thing I need to do is I need to make the survival trot line. But if you saw the video that I did about that, these are the wrong sinkers. I need a different kind of sinker. I was just kind of grabbing stuff, I guess. But anyway, I guess that's all I have to say. It's mainly about the guitar. I'm the guitar man, #1 in the land. Or like Harry Chapin had a song about learning how to play the guitar, and it's a 6-string orchestra. And he got lessons from a guitar teacher. Then he gets a call. Well, the guitar teacher had to take some time off and go to the sanitarium. Uh-oh. So,
house, in other words.
Yeah. So it's like, hopefully I'm not going to be that bad at the guitar. But anyway, folks, this is a 22-minute video. So I shall leave you for now. Goodbye.